I'm here in Belize, and I'm about to show you an exclusive tour of this brand new villa no one in the world has ever seen before. 6 bedrooms, 16 bathrooms, and a private mixologist over here. Let's ride. Luxury in one of the most unlikely places, and we're here at Brazos. This villa is truly one of a kind. From the team to the architecture, yo, the bed, the TV, yo, let me stop talking, come see it. This is what you call a wow factor when stepping into a home. These ceilings are high, and then you see this piano, it looks brand new, but this is how you can tell they pay attention to detail. And this is actually from 1859. And then you can see from 2 owners, and then I also learned it was picked up in an auction not too long ago. And just look at the design here. You feel open, you feel relaxed, and it just feels like a place that you want to enjoy with your friends and family. And so I've been staying here for a couple days, but I want to understand it a little bit more, so I've got a special guest that I want to introduce to you, Bernardo, the GM of the property. That's when you know it's special, when you've got a GM of a villa. Hey, Bernardo, you around here somewhere? Bernardo. Oh. There you are, my brother. Good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
I've got a question.
Tell me about it.
Why you? Why you and this property? Why you?
I mean, I've been asked that question several times, and I think I have the answer. Probably can be the exposure of knowing how to take care of the guests from the kitchen. I used to be a chef previously in my career, and I used to help to manage a little bit the properties where I used to work before. I used to work for several places similar like this one, so that can be why. Villa Brazos is a 6-suite private villa located in Ambergris Caye, San Pedro, La Isla Bonita. It's landed in 20,000 square feet, all based on local handcraft and European design. We are based on a mantra of design, and dull edging colors is what we are offering at Brazos.
So one of my favorite parts of the house is definitely this view back here, oceanfront and the pool, but I'm gonna take you to some surprises real quick. You've got the elevator, so if you get tired of walking up these beautiful stairs, they've got you. In this room, one of my favorite things as well is the art. Art throughout the house is absolutely incredible. And so here you have your gym. It's not the biggest gym in the world, but has everything that you need to stay in shape. And if you wanted a guided tour, I think this machine is called a tonal. You've got your weights, you've got your Stairmaster, not your Stairmaster, your treadmill, you got your punching bag. Now this is probably one of my favorite rooms in the villa, your own personal spa. So you have everything from the tub to your 2 tables, and then you have your steam room, right? You've got space for probably 12 in here. Absolutely incredible. So obviously you can see this property absolutely loves art. And Belize, what I love about this country is it's so collaborative, right, of cultures, very cohesive.
Belize has certain regulations about the wood for what? To protect the craftsmen that are doing all this beautiful furniture on island, and also to protect the species of wood that we have also on the country. Everything is from Belize, imported from the mainland, dried over here, and crafted inside the Brazos. The team came, measured everything up, and make sure that everything is fitted to every area of the property. From the bottom to the ceiling doors, everything is Belizean handcraft.
Wow.
Based on European design.
So this looks like something out of a movie is gonna be here 100 years from now. It looks timeless.
Okay, this material, it's a material that is called chalkcrete. It's made to recreate concrete, but concrete doesn't have the proper materials to be protected by the temperature or weather. So Topcrete, what it does, it's a material that completely seals the concrete and it gives you this finishing like you basically just polish the cement. And then most of the property has this beautiful Spanish stone. All the services are made by WhatsApp and phone. We communicate like family, like a private house.
Yeah.
So anything you need, you just let us know 45 minutes in advance. We let the therapist know. She will come over, set up everything for you, and you will have your massage.
Let me show you one of my favorite rooms inside of the villa. And now you're seeing why I can't call them just rooms. These are apartments. And this is actually bigger than the apartment that I grew up in. I grew in a 1-bedroom apartment, and this place is absolutely insane. And I love simplicity. You know, everyone has their own personal taste, but I truly love this. All of the bathtubs are custom made here in Belize. You've got shower for 2 over here. You've got the him and her shower, absolutely beautiful. And oh, these robes, when you come here, you learn there's levels to life. Some of the softest robes I've ever felt in my life.
All this dull edging, nothing is pointy, everything is dull. From the furniture, from the woodwork, from the walls, everything is taught on this way. It has to be like this because it gives you a sense of fluent. It gives you that feeling of being at home.
And when you're waking up in the morning, that's one of the most beautiful things here. You can go out, read a book with a view under the shade. Here in the villa, you've got true butler service. So you'll be talking on iMessage or on WhatsApp, and then you'll just say whatever that you want. So if there's activities, if there's food, anything that you want done, the team here is pretty much gonna make it happen if it's within their capabilities. Me, I didn't grow up with money. And so I just had plastic cups that I drank with. And I've learned a little bit about glasses and cups. Can you explain every single glass and what it's for?
We will explain every single glass, and we will have either our mixologist or sommelier coming to your room and give you a small wine training. So that's one package that we have that we will be calling wine training package. So you will come, we will educate a little bit on what glass is made for each kind of wine, and we will be showing how to serve, taste, and enjoy wine also in Abrazos. Beside that, having this facility and the dining table over there, we are offering also private dinners. Let's say that you come and you have friends in San Pedro and you want to invite them to have a private dinner with you, they can do it in your unit. We will set up a small bar over here, so you will have chef, a mixologist, or a bartender bringing everything to your table in front of the guest.
Wow. This one, what's this for?
That's for port wine. This one keeps the smell of the wine in different ways, and since it's sweeter, that wine, it brings all the smells concentrated into that.
The other thing you might not have noticed is the door's actually closed, so maybe your partner is sleeping in the morning and you don't want to disturb them. Maybe you want to do a Zoom call. You do that, and the wood is super thick, so you can't hear anything on the other side. But let me show you some of the bedrooms upstairs real quick, or apartments upstairs. How special is that? When you see these rooms, you're talking about maybe 24-foot high ceilings. What, like 6 meters? What kind of crazy stuff is this? So you've got your nice countertops, marble, and then you've got your RH furniture. And then this is where I really knew that they're sparing no expense. If you know about B&O, you know. You've got your closet space, you've got your bed, and I really like this. This is a really kind of different, where the other one is a more of rectangle shape. Here you have the bed separated from the living room. And did you see that? There's 2 of these in here. And then I talked about the robes. These towels, might be the most talked about item in the house. We've been staying here, we all woke up and we're like, have you ever felt a towel like this on your body? And everyone's like, no. And I was like, yo, what's the brand? Like, we can't tell you. So I know it's a private villa, but one of the things also that happens is when it's not rented completely as a whole villa and someone takes the whole villa, you can actually rent individual rooms.
Yes, you can
right?
rent individual
And then
rooms.
how much would something like this be for just, if I was getting this room, and then obviously you get access to all of the amenities and everything on site?
Okay. It's complimentary breakfast, complimentary minibar on soft drinks, pick up and drop off at the airport, and this unit will go for $1,900 a night.
That's it?
That's it.
Because it's actually, for me, as far as a room, I've stayed in maybe 30 plus rooms that are $2,000 a night. And I don't know if I've really ever had a room like this for that kind of value. And so I know $2,000 is significant money, but when you're in that market, I've not really seen something like this. Just like the feeling when you walk in, there's no expense spared. You can feel it in here. What's been the biggest challenge so far for you on the island?
The island has the challenge of product sourcing to get all the product that goes along with this kind of architecture, materials, art. It's difficult. I'm not saying that we only can find low quality in San Pedro, but to get the higher quality product that we are looking for, that's the challenge. Besides that, the weather is super accessible. Yes, we have rains, we have hurricane season. I don't recommend to come during hurricane season. Why? Because I will not be able to offer what the property has, like terraces, the beautiful pool. I mean, I will let you know if you book that this is the weather by this time, but the rest of the year, it's a beautiful, beautiful place.
So one of my favorite things about these rooms is definitely the art. And so this is your master ocean view suite, high ceilings, direct ocean view, and just every room has its unique touch of culture. And this is the most expensive along with the other one. So you wake up with a beautiful view in the morning, come out on the balcony with the hammock, and then obviously you have your pool down there, my favorite place of the entire villa.
The difference with these rooms, they have a perimeter terrace. So you can go all around the terrace and bigger room. This is a bigger room because it has 2 living rooms.
Oh, I almost fell asleep on the couch yesterday. It's so comfortable.
We offer movie nights on these rooms. We will organize movie night with all the setup. Some nachos, popcorn, whatever you think that you can get in a movie theater, you get it at Abrazos on these rooms only. It will be the 2 units at the front of the property.
This couch, if you get to live your life and don't experience this sofa, you're missing out on life. This couch, this sofa is different. This one's from heaven. I love the portraits in here. They're fantastic.
Different artists, different photographers, same style of black and white photographies, and the entire facility is filled up with these kind of pictures. Bathrooms also have art. The restaurant also has art.
When you're in a home like this, you can tell the owner is worldly from all the different pieces.
That was the idea of bringing the journey of traveling from their whole life, seeing things all over the world, and putting it together into this dream. I think this place was in the head of the owners for several years. And by the time that it took to build, I'm 100% sure that they completely represent what they had in their heads in here, because you can feel that everything doesn't look like super elaborated. The design looks completely natural. I only think that something like this can be seen on your dreams.
Wealthy people invest in art like clockwork. And the difference between the middle class is they save in like a savings account, while the wealthy, they invest in multiple different asset classes. And nobody gets wealthy by saving their salary. except for maybe like athletes and like C-suite executives. So for the rest of us, like mere mortals, we need a real plan if we're gonna reach financial freedom. Growing up, poverty, that was just like my family's reality. So saving, that wasn't even on the radar. Survival and making rent were the focus. But as my businesses grew, I entered the top 1% of income earners. Now, I know that's blessed, but I realized earning money is one thing, but growing wealth is a complete another thing. But I saw people with high incomes and low net worths and in debt, while other people may be making 70, 150,000 with seven-figure net worths because they were investing correctly and understood compound interest. And if we're talking about art, right? Art has historically performed very well, especially over the last few decades. But it's not the only option in game, right? You've got real estate, you've got gold, you've got S&P 500 have been solid investments. And over the last 30 years, the S&P has outperformed real estate and gold, which we always normally hear about. And so if you don't know what the S&P 500 is, basically it makes up the top 500 companies and it's all inside of one fund. So it spreads your risk, unlike investing in a simple company like Apple or Nike. And then if there's one thing I want you just to take away from this, it's just to invest, develop the habit, pay yourself first, set aside 10% of your earnings for investing and saving. It's the foundation of wealth. And in one of my favorite books, Richest Man in Babylon by George S. Clason, he lays it out so well. Thank me later. Because I know people literally with six figures in savings who are too scared to invest or they just don't know how. But here's the truth, by the numbers. So let's look at the facts. So if you invested $100 across these different asset classes since 1970s, the growth is undeniable. But now let's keep it simple. Let's say you invest $10,000 in the S&P 500 versus savings account in 1970. Here's what it would be worth. So $2.5 million in the S&P, while cash would be $29,000. And so most people only know about savings account. And so simple but strategic decisions create generational wealth while others settle for mediocrity and struggle to get by. And I got this exclusive opportunity for you, and it's normally reserved for the wealthy. So for example, Jay-Z and Beyonce invested $20 million in this. Bezos, $70 million. And Oprah, she profited $60 million from art investments. So up until now, these opportunities were not available. So they normally invest in blue chip artists like Basquiat, Warhol. So what is blue chip art? The term comes from stocks, right? Companies that can stand the test of time, like a Walmart, like an Apple, regardless of market conditions, you can bet your bottom dollar on them. So take Basquiat, for instance. Since 1984, his art has outperformed even Apple, the holy grail of stocks, and the S&P 500. And we're not talking about a short run. We're talking about longer than I've been in existence. And I've got my first gray hairs already. And so that brings me to today's video sponsor. And I never say that in a video. I've only said that one other time, right? And they've created something revolutionary, the ability to buy shares in blue chip art pieces like stocks. Why? Because these pieces are often going for over $5 million. I know I'm not invested in that right now. So it's the first of its kind. And Masterwork is SEC registered and provides access to pieces worth millions. So that makes it realistic for people like you and me. You can literally get a share for as low as $1,000. See, me, I personally invested $5,000 into shares of a Basquiat piece. That was my first venture on Masterworks. And just so you know, if you've been following me for any amount of time, I invested in Masterworks before any partnership and before any payment for them. It's just something I truly believe in. Because one of the biggest things when investing is you always want to diversify your portfolio, right? I have real estate in Chicago, London, Belize, all over the world. But also I've got stocks, I've got crypto. And just like many successful investors, you always want to diversify what you invest in. And so just like investing in anything, right? It comes with risk. Doesn't matter if it's real estate, it's stocks, it's gold, it comes with risk. Make sure you do your own due diligence, right, on your path to generational wealth. And so, like I said, of course, with any investment, past performance is not indicative of future return, and it involves risk. Masterworks told me to say that, man. You know, they got to cover your they have. And so, but just make sure that you see the important Regulation A disclosures at Masterworks Ford Class CD. Now I've got through all that technical stuff. Let's get back to this amazing home.
There's so many things that you have to just experience. The towels are like nothing I've ever felt. Like, I was like, oh, it's light, it's gonna be like breaking off on me. And I was like, it's not. Like, these are like one-of-a-kind towels.
Yes. Why we are using these kind of materials? The slow traffic that we have, it's only 6-suite villa, and the traffic is only basically 12 guests. So 12 guests cannot damage that much, like a hotel that has 150 rooms, and making the laundry every single day with a big amount of chemicals. We try to be environment friendly, so we try to use biodegradable soap, anything that can maintain or amenities on the conditions that we have. It's super high quality. It's things that you will be using at home. Same thing with the mattresses and all the linen. Everything is specially chosen for Abrazos, but to offer the highest quality on materials, not only on the look, also on what you are wearing, what you are using, everything that you interact with Abrazos need to have the same quality as the design and materials. So for me, hospitality is to fix people before they reach to the hospital. Food restore people, drinks can restore people, but experiences of coming to a place where everybody is welcoming you, where everybody is showing you love, where everybody is showing you care, that gives you a different experience. I think hospitality gives you that.
But then we have my brother over here. He's also a master. Why do you feel they chose you for this position?
I've worked around masters, and it's now my time to master the game. I actually try to use locally sourced ingredients. I put them through a process where I clarify stuff and make them more approachable, more healthy. My level of skills are at a level where I can't be doing traditional anymore. I can't be following what everybody else is doing. I want to use my own imagination, my own creativity. So yeah, I have the opportunity to do that here. The first bite in food or the first sip of the drink, look forward to getting a positive reaction to the experience they're getting in their mouth.
What are you doing here to build the team?
I think during my joining time, that was part of the decision of me running the property. Since I'm very involved with food and beverage, the understanding between all of us, it's a lot. The food and beverage manager can understand my requirements in terms of how to serve, the temperature of the room, what I need. We can please the chef having a proper temperature if he wants to serve cheese or cold cuts. You cannot serve cold cuts in the weather next to the beach, but in this beautiful AC, this beautiful climate with 22 degrees Celsius, that is so fresh, refreshing, and it gives you the seclusion of going out of San Pedro just by jumping into the property. We sit together, we discuss, and we brainstorm what can be the best look for our food and our services, matching what Abrazos is. It's already as beauty as a property.
So this place is really, it's like actually a restaurant. So this doesn't actually feel like a home in this part.
The concept is the following one. The villa, it's fully occupied by the villa guests. And we will be closing the restaurant for breakfast, and we will be open for lunch and dinner for the outside guests. We have restaurant services from 11 in the morning up to 9:30 in the night. We open for dinner from 5:30 to 9:30. That's the last order, and the restaurant will remain open until you decide to stop enjoying the day.
I think it's a blessing to be here in Ambergris Caye, San Pedro, but it's also a little bit of difficulty because nobody yet associates this kind of luxury with this island.
of Ambergris Caye.
Yes. And it's part of what also the real estate is doing on island. I mean, we have big developments of real estate on island. And Abrazos, I think it goes into that new era of San Pedro, of having the develop of services where it's not only a beach service. I used to live in Turks and Caicos for several years, and you have this in Turks and Caicos, places where you can wear high heels, nice shoes, that you're not gonna go into the sand, and you can have dining rooms with AC, places where you can dress like you were in the city, but in the morning you can go back to your shorts, slippers, and not wearing a shirt. So what I would like to achieve with Abrazos is eventually not using any booking system. What I mean, the guests that we have, they like to come so much to San Pedro that they will be booking directly to my phone or my WhatsApp. Bernardo, we want to come next week. Bernardo, we're going next week. And not only Bernardo, that they can send a message also to my staff. Camille, Maurice, can you check if you have rooms available? We want to come next week. Also to offer that eclecticity that you can find in Tulum, that you can find in Mykonos, in Ibiza, places where you go to party, but you also go to have a good time with nice food, nice wine, nice services, and as you will be expecting after what you are paying for one of our villa nights or room nights. Because we can get the villa, the whole villa itself, or you, like we mentioned already, you can do a single room.
So simply, there is no place that even compares here in Belize. If you have the resources, there's no question of where you're gonna stay when you visit Belize. It's gonna be Abrazos. It's not even close, baby. Yuri, don't show them my room. When people think, do you actually stay here? Yes, we're about to leave, and that's why I showed you the other side. But you can see here, shout out to Toomey, and you know it's a Ramoa gang out here, lifetime warranty. But yeah, really our plane, because we're not flying private yet, we've got to be on time. So incredible, right? So I've been traveling the world for 14 years nonstop, and I've experienced luxury in every corner of this beautiful world. But this might be the best villa I've ever had the pleasure of staying in my life. It's truly an art piece with the love of a team who has pride in the craft to make sure that you have the best experience possible. And if you're interested in staying here at Abrazos, you're gonna see the QR code and you'll get all the details to make it happen. Plus, I've talked to Bernardo and he's gonna leave you some special surprises when you show up because you came with PassportHeavy, baby. When I visited Belize for the first time, I fell in love and I knew it wouldn't be my last. But I didn't know anything about Belize 2 years ago. And I definitely didn't know luxury like this existed here. I got a message inviting me down, so I took a quick look and I said at a minimum, I love swimming and diving, and they have the largest living barrier reef on this side of the hemisphere. So when I toured the country, not only the beautiful water, but the jungles and the nature, it was so rich. And the food had me smiling, gained about 20 pounds. But the best part was definitely the people. The energy here is truly one of a kind. I don't know about wine glasses exactly yet, but I've become a fairly decent entrepreneur though. And the more time I started spending down here, I fell in love with the people, the culture, and the growth that's happening. And it's the reason the Four Seasons, the Marriott, and so many others are flocking down here. So while I'm not buying an 8-figure home like Abrazos or a $5 million villa at the Four Seasons as my second home, I did buy land 5 minutes from Abrazos, waterfront in Mahogany Bay, which is the #1 gated community in San Pedro, and building a home. And my neighbors who are on my street, who you see here with me at the villa, Justice Hill from the Baltimore Ravens, and Chuba, starting running back from the Panthers, boy, having a good season this year. You know, they are just good people. And then so after I bought my land, I shared it with the world, and we've built a pretty cool community down here already. And Will, who's become like a brother to me, and he not only introduced me to Abrazos, but real estate in Belize in general. So he's the owner of Remax Belize. So I bought 3 different lots down here, 2 in Secret Beach, where land lots literally start at like $45,000. And they still have some available. And I also got one in the gated community of Mahogany Bay where they start at 190K, but they're almost sold out there. I'm gonna leave the QR code here, so if you wanna get more information on that and you wanna become a neighbor.
So everybody wants to live on an island surrounded by water in the Caribbean, and I didn't even know Belize existed.
First of all, the people are super kind. I've been to a country where the people are nicer. Yeah.
When you could go to a place where you don't have to fear leaving the resort, that's where you want to be.
I think last time we gave 2 guys a ride on our way back from Secret Beach, and they're like, "Can you take us back in town?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And they told us all the information, you know, and it's a completely different environment. It's a lot more friendly, open, and I think that's also what drew us here.
Do you hitchhike in Dallas too or no?
No, no, we're not doing that.
I think we also saw the potential here. We saw the growth, the opportunity, and we quickly recognized that if we didn't do it now, this is probably something we would regret in the future.
I view this as a legacy purchase. I'm very big on that, and you know, I wanted to start something fresh and that we can hopefully pass down. And so I thought this was the perfect opportunity. We had spoke to a lot of locals while we were here, and we were quite shocked at how affordable the opportunity looked. And so I just did my homework. She did hers, cross-reference, and then I just happened to pull the trigger.
And so this video to the left is gonna show you everything you need to know about Belize. Went around the country for literally 35 days, exploring the best of everything. Accommodation, food, and the vibes. And this other video, I spent a lot of time tracking down all the best things you need to know about real estate in Belize.